Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? I see Grand Madam Tarot is already in here. We in for a good time this evening. Yeah. We in here for a good time this evening, not to be confused with a long time. Lovely Grand Madam, she's greeting Kimoyo, so that tells me that Kimoyo King is up in this piece too. Like I said, we in here for a good time. Not to be confused with a long time. Not at all. Not at all. The motivation for today's video is I'll be wondering how we got someplace as a society, like with stuff that's going on. Like, here we go. Shout out to Mr. Ray Smith. He'll appreciate this one. I watched football last year. I watched Shedeur Sanders when he was at the HBCU. I did. I watched Dylan Gabriel, not because I was checking for Dylan Gabriel. I was checking for Oregon. Like, I don't tell folks that I like Oregon, but I mean, damn, how you a Nike fan, but you don't F with Oregon? They ain't got to be your favorite program, but they're somewhere. And then their uniforms, like, we not gonna act like that. We're not gonna act like that. So I'm checking Oregon, right? And at no point in time am I getting from Dylan Gabriel as a quarterback what I'm getting from Shedeur Sanders. I'm not. And if you're watching college football this season, you're sitting up here right now, and I can say this statement. You're not even sure if Dylan Gabriel is better than Diego Pavia, the quarterback for Vanderbilt, and you don't know how Diego Pavia rates when it comes to being an NFL quarterback. You know he's pretty good as a college quarterback, but Diego Pavia plays a large role into Vanderbilt's success as a college football program. That's what that is. You look at Dylan Gabriel and you like, bro, you was part of the program. Like, you. So you can tell me that Shedeur Sanders got drafted in the 5th round, 2 rounds later than Dylan Gabriel. All that's telling me is that Shedeur Sanders got drafted in the 5th round. That don't tell me where he should have went. See how that go? Based on the eye test. All right. So you get the fake news that's out there in regards to Shedeur Sanders. Oh, he's a 5th round quarterback. Oh, he ain't this, he ain't that. I watched that man play. So we out here, we're in the superhero landscape, action figures, comic books, live action adaptations, animation. We out here. We out here in these streets. Now, y'all been rocking with me. And before I continue, let me make sure I go ahead and greet everybody. Lord Jesus, have mercy. I ain't got my reading glasses. Before I continue on, though, tell y'all where I'm going with this thing here. I want to make sure I greet everybody. I see we got 4 people in here and everything like that. Y'all make sure y'all, well, I ain't got to tell y'all that. Yep, the Rock With Me Nation. And y'all make sure those of y'all that's pulling up and everything, make sure you hit that like button and everything. If you only in here for a couple seconds, before you leave a comment, say hey. If you don't want to say hey, because that would tell who you are, you ain't got to. You don't. Hit the like button still, though. This some good stuff we getting ready to do, right? So, being out here in this stratosphere, like I find myself, I've asked myself a few questions because I'm like, well, damn, hold on now. Hold on. I'm a fan, you a fan, he a fan, we're a fan. What's going on here? I never understood certain things, how certain things came to be when we're supposed to have knowledgeable journalists, if you will, knowledgeable journalists. So I'm right here. You right here. We comic book fans. We comic book fans. What's going on? I'm trying to make it. Let me see. Let me do this right here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You know what? Hold on. I ain't finna act like that. Yeah. Going live real quick. You fine? I ain't finna act like that. I can't read this small right. Here we go. Sammy J, what's going on? What's going on? D Steezle in the building. Rock with me, Nation moderator. Watch what you say. You can disagree. Do it respectfully. Grand Madam Tarot, my spiritual advisors in the building. Not tell them. We're going to ask different questions tonight. Not tell them. And the Kimoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group. So me and my brother D-Real, we didn't sat around and chopped it up. Quite a few of us chopped it up. I never understood some stuff. Like, I'm a comic book fan. African American. Just happen to be comic book fan. Or just happen to be African American. I couldn't understand why nobody said anything when Captain Marvel came out. Like when Captain Marvel came out, I was surprised to not hear anything from those of us in the comics books. I like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. Because all I heard was a whole bunch of rave reviews from everybody, you know, and mind you, I like Brie Larson. Everybody don't feel that way. I like Brie Larson. I ain't gonna act like that. I don't think she's been given anything worth a damn to work with in the MCU. See compartmentalization. I think she's a great actress. That ain't got nothing to do with any awards that she's won. No. Just be looking at her as an actress, because some folks act like she wasn't in Skull Island. She was. And as much as I hear people talk about how she can't do this and she can't do that, I ain't ever heard anybody criticize her performance in Skull Island. There you go, right there. So I never heard, and I'm like, why ain't nobody saying that? Like, where the news at? Like, where I didn't get no Monica Rambeau news. I didn't get none of that. I didn't get no Frank Rambeau news. And this was before we knew each other. I was like, where's the journalism at? And I'm looking at folks that's supposed to be out there. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. I'm saying to myself, well, damn. If we in this area, arena, genre, don't say nothing, don't care enough to say nothing, why should I expect somebody else to do so? Okay, cool. So me and Daryl, we started doing our thing, right. And we start to see, I don't even want to use the phrase fake news, because somebody, I think, coined the phrase on that. But we start to see fake news pop up in regards to these fictional characters. Folks was lying left and right. The first lie. He died in the comics. That you getting that from the general audience, and you not getting no pushback from nobody that's a credible comic book head. Ain't nobody know that ain't true. They ain't even talking about the story. They know which stories folks quoting. Ain't saying nothing. I'm sitting there like, so you're not gonna, you just gonna let people run with that, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. The next slide, he got a son. Where? You had nerds, blurs, everybody. Oh, he got a son named it. Like, they was running all over the place. And you seen folks that did not know no better. Casual fans not reading. Oh, yeah, he got a son. No, he don't. No, he don't. No, he don't. We wish he did. We wish. If he did, good Lord Jesus have mercy, we would say, yes, he did. No, he don't. No, he don't. Just recently, he mistreated Aurora. What comic book? Who wrote it? Like, you had writers saying it. You had comment. What was the other lie? It's just a mantle. I was this old when I knew folks would go above and beyond to lie about comic book characters. I was this old. I didn't know it was this. I know superheroes. That's a multi-billion-dollar business. I didn't know it was worth lying for. maybe that's me just being ignorant. Because maybe Theo, if it's a multi-billion-dollar business, it's worth lying about. So the reason for the video, I know I ain't alone. I have been hearing for weeks, if not the past month or so, that the Snyder-Verse is coming back. Now, mind you, I'm hearing it, but what I see what I'm saying? I hear it from folks over here, or the Snyder-Verse coming back. No differently than I heard Superman wasn't a good movie. I saw Superman. I saw Superman, and I heard the complaints, and I can explain the complaints, but the complaints had nothing to do with it being a bad movie. The primary complaint about James Gunn's Superman, it was woke. Now, mind you, when folks are using that complaint, this is the craziest damn thing to me. It's been black folks saying that. Black folks, Africans, African Americans, heterosexual, LGBTQ+, male, female. The folks that's complaining about James Gunn's Superman, they use the word woke and DEI. I'm sitting up there like, because I'm like, if you a brother or sister, damn every damn thing else, you got to know the origin of the word woke. And it can't be, because you can't be complaining about your culture being appropriated when you part of the appropriation. You can't. That's crazy. It's crazy. So they say the Snyder-Verse is coming back. And their justification for saying the Snyder-Verse is coming back is because the WB is up for sale. There have been some journalists in our area that have went ahead and reported who didn't bought it. It went crazy because you can easily Google it just today. Just today, somebody put that out there. Somebody that's got a site, somebody that's supposed to be reputable, actually put out there today that it's already a done deal. You can't even Google that. You can't. The WB is still up for sale. Netflix might buy it. They might, but it's other suitors out there too. That's where folks get the Zack Snyder stuff started from. Let me keep up with these notes, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the next part of the conversation. Fan rumors and fan fiction reported as facts. Yes. From reputable sites, Steezle. From reputable sites. You're going to report it as fact. And I'm like, so you don't give two damn about your journalistic integrity. And they would say, well, I'm not a journalist. You don't want to be credible? Do you need to be a journalist to want to be credible? Like, I would think that should just want to be what that is. So you want your fame and fortune built off of sensationalism. You know, as much as I don't agree with that, it's hard to argue with that way of thinking when you see the benefits of that way of thinking. Let me keep it with these notes. Grand Madam Tarot greeting Sam J. And Sam J, thank you so much for pulling up. D. Steve says, Bree can act, just wasn't feeling her as Carol. Lame directing and writing didn't help either. See where me and you at? We didn't fault the actress. We sent up there like this. So let me see if I got this right. We're not gonna get Marvel. Oh, you gonna gender swap him? And the scrolls are coming to Earth. Friendly. You know what? I don't think this is gonna work, because I think at some point in time you're gonna want to do secret invasion, and what we're doing right here ain't gonna make no damn sense. But go ahead, go rock on with your bad self. You say you don't need me because I'm a comic book fan, and Me knowing comic book history just sent up red flag. What else you got going on in Captain Marvel? Oh, you gonna introduce Maria Rambeau as her friend, her bestie. For what reason? Or you want to tie Monica Rambeau to Carol? For what reason? You just think it's gonna work, huh? Oh, because Monica was the first female Captain Marvel, and you don't want to alienate me as a African American comic book fan that knows that already. Well, hell, you already did that, making Carol the first female Captain Marvel. Where's Frank? You don't see no significance in Frank? You mean the dude that's married to Maria? You mean Monica's father? Where canonically speaking, there's nothing there to say they ain't been faithful, loyal to one another. We don't want that picture right there. We don't. Oh, we want to make Carol and Maria besties. So Frank can't be his wife's best friend. Oh, you want to make sure all the women there. This a movie about women. You don't think? I mean, I showed up at the Wonder Woman movie. You don't think I wasn't the lead character in that movie, by the way. You don't think I would show up for another woman-led superhero movie if it's written right? Mind you, I'm not really in that movie, but I still went to go see Wonder Woman. Like, I don't really play no role in that movie. As a comic book fan, I went to go see it, but me as an African-American man, I ain't play no role in that movie. So, but here, where I could play a role, because you got Maria Rambeau. So this is another single parent home? Because I don't really want that out there, because folks be quick to say that now about me and mine. We got single parent homes all over the place. Oh, Auntie Carol. So Auntie Carol is taking my place. And you don't think you're going to ostracize me as an African-American, African man, father, husband? You don't think I'm going to be bothered by any of that? You know what was crazy? How many African-American journalists that covered Captain Marvel said nothing. What we did have out of somebody's mouth that is I think it's safe to say they black, was that Frank didn't play no major role. This a black comic book nerd. Frank wasn't this. I'm assuming this is a man. I know that for a fact. He's a man. Okay. Well, he live in Georgia. Yes, he does. I'm snitching. He live in Georgia. Okay. He's supposed to be a comic book head. Okay. I'm of the mindset he's a father too. So you a black father, and your role in the MCU when it should be there, you see no significance in it. Because we're not reporting it. I want us to understand something. We're not talking about it. We're saying that that's the way. Okay, well, how many folks actually believe that Carol Danvers is the first female Captain Marvel? And actually put it out there like that's what that is. Fake news. We right there contributing to it. Okay, Zack Snyder. I said all that to get right here. Zack Snyder had a contract with Netflix. That contract ain't going so well. You can look that up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right here, because I didn't. Folks, now I just want to say any old damn thing. I'll be like, golly, damn, don't lie. Don't lie to the masses. Like, damn, if you out here in this lane, it's enough folks lying to us already. Golly, be responsible enough to get it right. Say what the real is and everything like that. And you ain't got to like the real. Don't just be out here reporting any old damn thing. Like, you cannot be that damn thirsty. And I know folks like, well, Theo, why do you feel the way that you feel? Because damn, who gonna check the lies? It's easily researchable right there. Anybody that wants to, but how many folks are running saying that Netflix already has bought the WB? How many folks already saying it? How many folks out there running right now saying James Gunn has been fired? They running out there with it. What are you that damn desperate? I'm gonna keep up with these notes. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Ain't no way they're going to come in and instantly fire a gun. Projects would already be in. Thank you, S. Jadix. Projects, and you ain't heard. I'm gonna read this statement by S. Jadix, but he's absolutely right. This was the other thing. Ain't no way they're gonna come in and instantly fire a gun. Projects will already be in production with money spent. Also, contracts are an issue. Might have to buy out, say, Clark, Lex, and Lois actors. Thank you. You know what the difference is between what was going on amidst the Snyder-Verse and what's going on right now? They were canceling projects left and right over there with the Snyder. And it wasn't James Snyder's universe, by the way. Folks want to give James Snyder credit for a lot of stuff. No, you going to get Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and the movie that everybody protested to get made, Justice League. But let me stay right here because I want us to be honest. If we're going to tell the truth and shame the devil, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. There was nothing wrong with James Gunn's Man of Steel other than the fact what? Clark was brooding like Bruce. I'm going to say that one more time. Clark was brooding like Bruce. Clark wasn't acting like Clark. And everybody that reads comic books knows it. Now, whether or not they're gonna call a spade when they do their videos, that's something completely different. But the eye test, you saw Clark doing in that movie what you saw Oliver Queen doing in the CW, acting way more like Bruce than he was acting like Clark. That's what that was. And uncharacteristically speaking, what did we see Clark do at the end of that movie? Take Zod's life. That was uncharacteristic. That was Zack Snyder. Okay, stay right there. Are we really sitting up here bragging about Batman versus Superman? I'm going to say it again. I'm going to ask that question again. Any of us that are comic book fans, are we really, we saw that movie. We really bragging about Batman versus Superman? How many storylines did he jam up in there in that one movie for no reason? For no reason. Can we say Lex Luthor was miscast? Did we not, before going to that movie, say to ourselves, how and why in the hell is this Lex Luthor? Come on now, don't act like I was the only one. We would sit up there and ask ourselves, so you mean to tell me Doomsday, that's actually General Zod? You really put the Dark Knight Returns and Doomsday together in one movie? And you don't think I saw it as a comic book fan? And you think I wanted that, or you think I like that? I'm here to tell you it was neat. I'm in the movie theater with my homeboy who said, "Hey Theo, what's up, cuz? What you doing Sunday morning? Chilling. Hey man, you want to go, because that's the matinee price. Don't do that. Hey man, you want to go check out Batman versus Superman? Sure, let's go ahead." I got on my Batman shirt. The movie over with. He ain't the comic book fan. I am. You know what he asked me? What you think? Yeah. So wait. That ain't Bruce's heartbeat at the end of the movie, because that's who it should have been. Return of the Dark Knight. No, that ain't what we got. Oh, that's Clark. So him and Clark still switching places. That's Batman versus Superman. I just wanted to make sure, folks, no, that was it. But now, just like I can be honest about that, come on now, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Anybody say fan bases, whatever, boycotts and protests don't work, that article say different, that movie say different. 4-hour movie. I stayed up and watched it. Good Lord have mercy. Listen. I got up at 5 o'clock in the movie and did not get off the damn TV till what? 9 a.m. That's a damn good movie. Zack Snyder put his foot all up in. No, he did that. He did that. He did that. See how I'm being? See how we doing that right now? You did that. He did that. So it's those fans that want him to come back, the dude that was able to do the 4-hour movie. But you're not gonna say nothing about Batman versus Superman. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Ezra Miller as Barry Allen. Really? Really? And while I can appreciate the story, he took his time. Yes, Lord, he did. He took his time telling the story of Victor Stone. He did. I don't remember Jeff Johns ever asking me as an African-American if I wanted Victor Stone, included as one of the original members of the Justice League. Don't do me no favors. Don't patronize me. Because if you're going to put somebody there, the character you should have put there was either Jefferson Pierce, one of the amazing men, because it's literally 3 generations of them, so one of them will fit, or you could have put the Bronze Tiger. But we get too much being patronized from folks that ain't talking to us. Then you got those of us they gonna talk to, gonna lie for clickbait. Oh no, I was fine with Victor being a part of the new Teen Titans. I was good with that right there. He can stay right there. Don't patronize me in a way that ain't meaningful. Victor Stone being in Justice League when I'm a comic book fan. See, I'm a comic book fan first. I'm a knowledgeable comic book fan. 1, I was never asked. 2, if we gonna include me in that lineup, that ain't the character. But who said something? If you're gonna cap for Zack Snyder, you're gonna cap for him. Be accurate and don't just be putting out clickbait just because you won't. Honestly, you only doing it off of 1 movie. It's the Justice League movie. Because you are not going to sit up here as a credible, critical thinking, comic book, movie, expert, analyst, whatever, and say that Batman versus Superman was that lit. That's a lie. That's a lie. Let me keep up with these notes here. We got Ronnie J in the building. Nightellum says all it took was 1 movie to F up T'Challa's story and everyone but us just Stanley sitting up there, to your point, Nightellum, you got folks in your face but won't do your job as a journalist. So why are you asking them journalistic questions? That's your job. And your job should be, your loyalty should be to the culture, not to one individual, whether that be the actor, the writer, director. No, your loyalty is to the culture and the fan base. Whether you telling them something they want to hear or don't want to hear, just tell them the news. Just tell them the news. Honestly, Carol and Sam have a similar issue to the problem in the comics, a real lack of personality as Cap. They just ain't fun. No. Zack is also constantly posting pictures that appear to be new to ramp up the hype for the return. Hey, watch this. I ain't mad at that. He got to get in where he fit in. But as a journalist, somebody that wants to be taken seriously, credible, I'm not gonna just run out there and put his stuff out there saying he coming back. No, bro, where is your source? I just did this today. How many lied? Damson Idris is the new T'Challa. Where's the source? How many of us that took that because it ain't just in regards to Zack Snyder. No, we've been doing stuff like this, and we've talked about it on this channel. Damson Idris is the new Black Panther. Who is the source? Where's the source? Where's the source? The actor ain't said it. His agent ain't said it. Ryan Coogler ain't said it. We just literally saw him a few days ago, right? At the Black at T'Challa. I'm sorry, Lord have mercy. Chadwick Boseman walk Hollywood Walk of Fame. He didn't say nothing. Okay. Nate Moore ain't said nothing. All right. Michael B. Jordan ain't said nothing. And him and Ryan besties. Angela Bassett ain't say nothing. She told us last movie, Michael B. coming back. And we like, why would Mike be coming back and his character gone? What did she say? Yes, ladies, Michael coming back. Okay. Who outside of this? Because that's literally what that is. That's literally what that is. Outside of this. Because Blur's then reported on it. I'm so what? Where are you getting it from that he's the new Black Panther, the new Black? Mind you, the dude who said he wasn't recasting the character has, as of yet, to either orally or written say the character's been recast. But we don't mind running with fake news. That's crazy. That's the damnedest thing to me. That's crazy. I like her and Carol outside of her solo CM run. She's cool on Team Book. She is cool on Team Book. She is. That comes from D. Steezle. D. Steezle says, oh, and another fan in E-Man's chat asking about Frank's absence. The MCU looks at the positive black male as irrelevant. It ain't just the MCU. What we saying about it? You make a great point, but where, you know how we got the fans to say they want the Snyder cut? Right. I know there are those of us who want to be in bed with Marvel so bad, we go on social media as black men and say Frank's irrelevant. Well, I try and tell people, because our parents raised us like this. Everything that come to your mind, you don't need to let come out your mouth. If you have built up a fan base following, telling folks you black, you're blurred, you're a man, you believe in this and everything like that, how you saying your representation, your imagery don't matter? Make that make sense. And if you gonna say it and you're somebody that's credible, well, if Marvel feels like that character should be represented, whose advice would they take to say, okay, well, I guess that character is irrelevant? Right. Well, if they already feel like the character is irrelevant, what's the motivation for them to put the character on screen if the very people that character is supposed to represent, credible folks, say, I don't give two damns? That's literally what's being said. Everyone loved Batman versus Superman because of that one Batman warehouse scene. I get that. That was a nice scene. You're right. A nice scene. It's nice. It's great that we can compartmentalize. Say, yeah, that was nice. It was. It was. Hell, I even like the one where he said, say Martha. Oh man, that's nice right there. That's nice. Say Martha. You know what? Damn, y'all mamas got the same first name, huh? That's what's up. That's what's up. I got two scenes, you got one. That ain't the whole damn movie. They better recast T'Challa by the next Avengers. This coming from Dashi Pater. I'm gonna say that because we got the 8 right there. Not the son, but the real T'Challa. Listen, you need to know I'm right there with you. No, listen. Dashi, you can love Batman versus Superman. I'm not telling you, and see, that's the thing. I'm never going to tell somebody what they can and can't like. You can like it. You absolutely can. I'm just telling you, I'm sitting and I'm like this. That's all I can say. It wasn't nothing that forward me or something to say, hey man, you got to buy the Blu-ray when it come out. No, I don't. Hey man, you got to watch it when it's on HBO Max. No, I don't. No, I don't. I would rather watch the 4-hour Zack Snyder movie. that right there was a far better movie. That's me though. But like I said, no, this is a safe space. You can like what you like. No, we ain't over here on that. We ain't over here on that. So, but thank you so much for pulling up. You like the movie. I love the movie. So no, it is not me doing that. Steezle says not the biggest gun fan, but he wouldn't be fired after just one solo film and a few TV shows. Fanboy mental gymnastics aren't facts at all. And I'll be like, why do the fanboy stuff? I'm good with. I'm good with it. Folks talking amongst themselves and everything, I'm good with it. But when you're supposed to be a reputable site, when folks rely on you to tell them the truth, whether they like it or not, when you're a reputable site and you lie, well, if you lie about something like this, what won't you lie about? You're supposed to be a reputable site. I'm talking about no differently than a New York Times, a Variety or something like that. You're conducting yourself like you're a reputable site in this genre, i.e. some place where folks can go to get accurate information. You lying for what reason? Damn. Now it makes me say to myself, okay, Theo, well, yeah, you damn sure got to go ahead and get your website up and running and everything like that. The Rock With Me Nation got to go ahead and get the website up and running, because y'all there, that'll be one of the few places people can come get accurate comic book superhero related news without a slant to it. Like you might not like what we be saying, but you at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, ain't lie. I ain't like it. The Steelers defense sucks this year. I don't like it. That don't mean it's not facts. It don't mean that. Victor Stone was a garbage choice for a founder. I go with characters for that role: Jon Stewart, Vixen, Black Lightning, and Mr. Terrific. Mind you, if you go think about this, S-Jadis, because that's not wrong with what you're saying. It's not. But if we're being accurate and we're looking at, and I think that's what it is. Me, I'm looking at it when the JLA was initially founded. I'm going back to the 60s with it, if not the 50s. That should have been Amazing Man. A character 3 generations in who damn sure need to have a story told, and that's either going to be the 2nd generation Amazing Man if we start this off when the JLA popped up, or it's going to be the 3rd generation. What do we do with the 3rd generation Amazing Man? Put him over there with the Justice Society for what? For what? A lineage hero? If he the 3rd generation, that means somebody in the Justice League should have heard about the 1st and 2nd generation enough to the point where they want the 3rd generation to come kick the bobo with them. Especially when you really ain't got that many characters like this that look like this in the Justice League. So let me keep up with these notes. They wouldn't fix their mouths to say Uncle Ben is irrelevant. D. Steezle says that. You're absolutely right. And how long was he around for? That's a great statement. Nobody would ever say Thomas Wayne is irrelevant, Martha Wayne is irrelevant, Ben Parker is irrelevant, and Frank Rambo been around longer than them. Frank has been around longer than them. And what we got? Okay, we got Frank. I'm sorry, we got Martha and Thomas in the alley. That's it. That's it. That's it. I ain't talking about Thomas coming back is back. No, I'm talking about no. That's it right there. That's it. And ain't nobody ever opened up their mouth to say Thomas and Martha were irrelevant. None. All right, Uncle Ben. You right. You damn sure right, Steezle. Uncle Ben. What? How many issues he was in? What we know Uncle Ben for doing? With great powers come great responsibility, and then that dude coming out deleting him because Peter didn't want to stop him. That's it. Okay, so Monica being raised up in a two-parent home where she is a lieutenant for the New Orleans Harbor Patrol, being able to come home and talk to her mom and dad, who's a man, by the way, about the misogynistic treatment, back then we was calling it male chauvinist pig, her receiving that type of treatment and her father still encouraging her. That don't matter. And even with them retconning the fact that both her mother and her father were in the, I think, either the Air Force or the Army. I'm a veteran who happens to be a father of nothing but daughters, who also happens to be an African American. That don't matter. And I'm saying it. Like I don't mind going on social media, putting that out there. I'm saying that I don't mind putting it out there because I put it. No, I'm saying I ain't put it out there. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Jeff Johns had a lot of influence in the Snyder-Verse, so that checks out. I mean, and I like Jeff Johns. I don't want nobody. You did not hear me say I don't like Jeff Johns, because folks will take from this what they will. Not saying that's what Ed Chaddick was doing. I like Jeff Johns. Blackest Night. Oh Lord Jesus, have mercy. What he did with the Justice Society when he went over there? Oh, man. The Sinestro Cold War? Stop it. Yeah, hold on. Stargirl. The TV series? Oh, I'm not hating on Jeff Johns at all. So, folks that hear this video, watch this video, understand what I just said. I didn't like that choice. This live feel like a writer's meeting at Rock With Me Nation Comics Incorporated. I'll do the copyrights and Maxine Shaw can handle that court appearance when needed. Say less, Grand Madam. Say less. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Yes, Snyder was going off the new 52 just to leave his Man of Steel was N52 inspired and felt like Superman Earth 1. You know, that's crazy that you say that. See, this is a comic book fan right here. Because as D. Steezle says that, it ain't too many folks that gave a damn about the new 52. He's right. He's absolutely right. You sit up there and you look at that cartoon, the animation, and I think it's when Darkseid pulled up. Yeah. And Bruce, I'm gonna say Clark is about to put hands on Hal and Bruce. That was the new 52. That was the new 52. Now, mind you, watch this. That Clark didn't even make it. What you say? Nobody liked that version of Clark. That's why it be killing me when folks be like, bro, you tell folks you a comic book fan, dude. Nobody gave two damns about that Clark to the point where they deleted him. You really finna plant your flag on that pole? Bro, your credibility and your reputation gotta mean more to you than that. Like, your integrity gotta stand for something, dog. Don't put your brand out there like that. Go ahead. I'm so disappointed in one of these brothers. I'm like, oh. Causing his justification to slam Superman, James Gunn Superman, he used words like woke and DEI. I was so like, ooh. Ooh. And when you listen to his talking points mirror people that I know wouldn't like him, couldn't stand him. And I was like, ooh. because he was repeating all them talking points. He thought it was silly that Superman would save a squirrel. I'm sorry. So you ain't read enough comic books where Lex literally calls that dude the big blue Boy Scout. That's literally, he's literally been defined as that. Like, that's what he would do. Yeah, I gotta say the dog. You gonna say the dog? Yes, he would be bothered to do just that. It's no different than him wanting to save the damn alien. Do we not know what he got going on in the Fortress of Solitude? The dude literally got a sun eater in the Fortress of Solitude. Like, he don't delete creatures like that. He go put them in his own little personal damn zoo so nothing happens to him. Can't nothing happen to them. They're not in danger. The dude got a literal damn sun eater in the Fortress of Solitude. Now, if the dude won't take out the damn sun eater, come on. That's who he is. But oh no, this Superman going woke. He's always been, what I don't want to say he's been woke, because that's my word. But Superman has always been for the little guy, if that's what you mean. Truth, justice, and the American way, not the American intent, which is what some people keep going for. But anyway, they killed N52 Clark and Lois, OG Clark. Lois with. See, I ain't have to say that. Steezle sitting right there. Here we go. You never heard me say it. What have you ever heard me say that led you to believe I read the New 52? Nothing. I mean, I didn't read it. But we're not gonna sit up here and tell no lies. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Let's see here. Jeff Johns can show write some comics. He can't. Listen, you know I'm reviewing Blackest Night. Hell, the Sinestro Corps War. Let me press time out for a little bit. If you ain't read the Sinestro Corps War, if you got it in your house and you just got it sitting up, it's still wrapped up in some plastic. When you get off this live, you need to go to that book. You need to tear open that plastic and you need to read that damn storyline. Like, it covers several issues. You mean to tell me you got a city? Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Cause see, these Steezle gonna feel me on this one. You got a city working a city. Damn the impossible city. No, you got a city working. You got a city that's a member of the Sinestro Corps going after Mogo. You got a Daxamite. You got a Daxamite with a Green Lantern ring on. Oh yeah, I need all that in my life. I need all. There's some storylines that I'm sitting up that I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, yes, yeah, you did that. Yeah, I've been because I know y'all have heard me say it before. I'm gonna say it again. Except now I know who I need to be saying. James Gunn, big dog, big pun. What's going on, James? Mr. Gunn. Damn what everybody else got going on. I don't give a damn about what Mr. Gunn, if you could, please, on behalf of the Rod Whitney Nation, and every Green Lantern Jeff Johns fan, could we please, it's gonna take you, you ain't gonna ever be able to translate this the way it need to be doing live action, so don't even try it. Can we please get the Sinestro Corps War and Blackest Night on animation? I'm saying it one more time. Can we please get it? No, it ain't got to be one for one because folks keep saying stuff like that. No. Can we please get, oh, you listen, I'm buying the Blu-ray. I'm buying the Blu-ray. video game adaptation. I'm getting all that. Can we please get the Sinestro Corps War and Blackest Night? It could be a 2 animation series. It could be 4. You could give me 2 animated movies dedicated to the Sinestro Corps War, and 2 movies dedicated to the Blackest Night. I'm right there. The Rock With Me Nation right there. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to pay me. I'll hype that up my damn self. Just send me the teasers. Lord, just send me the teasers. Send me the teasers and the poster art. Oh, I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right. Let me. Honestly, Stargirl was impressive. What they did in those fights on such a low budget was damn impressive. Far more so than what the MCU did in Miss Marvel. You know what, S. Chadish, let me say this right here. He did that. He did that. I'm tell you something. The live action adaptation of Stargirl was impressive. And I'm saying that because as a comic book fan, right? And shout out to Jeff Johns. Those of y'all that don't know who Stargirl was based off of as a character, was based off his sister and everything. She had cancer and everything like that. So loving that synergy, being able to put your sister up there, imagery. Those of us that know that story, we will always know who Stargirl represents. Look at that. Let me say that one more time. Those of us that know that story, it don't matter if anybody says it ever again. Every time we see Stargirl, we know who that character is inspired by. Jeff Johns' sister. So when folks say, if somebody does ... you gonna forget? No, you're not gonna forget a damn thing. If anything, it'll make you remember that person. Just like every time when I look at Henry Cavill, George Reed, Christopher Reed, I didn't forget him. When I looked at the newest Superman, I can't necessarily remember his name, but I didn't forget any actor that portrayed the character before him. I didn't even compare him. David Cornsweet. I didn't compare him. I just said, okay, your version is different than this one. Okay, let me see what you got going on. Henry Cavill was the brooding Superman. George Reeves was the serious Superman. I need to see what we got going on here with Lois. You got Christopher Reeve. He was the caring, sympathetic Superman, and then you got Brandon Root. He coming back. He's the regretful Superman because like I didn't miss time with my son and everything. He really acted like he had no clue in that movie. But anyway, they were different portrayals of Superman. Still Superman. Jeff Johns. Yeah. I like I said, I ain't got nothing bad to say about no, you're not gonna get me to do that. But that's me being credible. And I don't know why more of us won't do that. I don't have to say things that aren't true. And if I'm gonna give you my opinion about something, I need to be upfront that it's my opinion. Not mislead you, any of us, into thinking that my opinion is fact. And what I've been seeing, like I said, it was this morning. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the site's name out there because I want you to do better. Cosmic Book News. Cosmic Book News. You're supposed to be a reputable site. You're reporting false information on fictional characters. For what purpose? I know what it is. Now I don't want to take the time to say it on this channel. But what I'm seeing is this. Way too many of us are not accurately covering these characters, nor the content they're in. Too many of us are putting our bigotries and our prejudices into our reporting. And I'm going to tell you to spot when somebody does it. If they cannot articulate what's wrong with something, be specific, break it down. The red flag should be anytime they use the words DEI or woke to slam, and they ain't got nothing else, to slam a superhero project. If they gonna use those two phrases, I would just question the legitimacy of the information they're giving. That's what I would go double check behind them to see if what they're saying is actually true, because there's more than enough of them have no problem lying, and more than enough of them look like me and you. Johns even wrote some T'Challa in his Avengers run before Bendis got the right range. You're gonna have to hit me up with that, Steezle. His Flash run is good, but the GL is my favorite. Yeah, that GL run ain't no joke. Like, he put his foot up in that one. Let's see here. Even the way he brought Hal back into the fold made sense. Like, you ain't told not one line yet, Steve. I'm like, and I think this is the thing. Folks make false assumptions based on their upbringing. When we were growing up, Hal was our Green Lantern. John was there, and wasn't doing nothing with John. Just like Guy was there. Wasn't doing nothing with Guy. It was Hal. Okay, well, you got rid of Hal. We reading comics. They ain't replaced Hal with John. They replaced Hal with Kyle. Me, you, baby boomer Generation X, we got to give it up to Cartoon Network. We got to give it up to Bruce Timm. We got to give it up to Dwayne McDuffie. Dwayne McDuffie, Bruce Timm, for putting John on the Justice League. That's what put all the light on John. Mind you, we was already rocking with John, but other than John showing up in Green Lantern Corps, we wasn't getting him like that. It was, we're gonna put him in the cartoon. And then I got to give it up to the brother who voiced John Stewart, came over from Mad TV and everything like that. Philip Lamar. I don't know when he ever did a bad job voicing a character, but he knocked that out the park. The way they represented John in the cartoon, imagery, representation, love, because he had that in there, loyalty. He was loyal to his core. He was loyal to his league members. That matters. And with them writing John like that, John had a whole new slew of fans that ain't had nothing to do with us. Had nothing to do with us. So you're absolutely right. But yeah, so that's just my thing right there, man. Like, I want to put this live out because the line got to stop. If you got to lie to generate clicks and likes about fictional characters, you might want to question what you got going on. Because there are some folks who I had a certain amount of respect for, and maybe wrongfully so. I considered them to be knowledgeable. I considered them to be journalists in the game because, to a degree, I was leaning on them when I first got out here. But what I'm seeing more and more than a little bit is y'all come to us for the knowledge. That's what that is. Y'all coming to us for the real. That's what that. If you click on that button to watch a video, you coming to get something. And I don't think you coming to get a lie. I don't think you coming to get a lie. You might be coming to get opinion, but I know damn good and well you ain't coming to get a lie. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou or anything like that. I just don't believe it's that damn serious enough for me to lie to you about stuff like this. No. If I'm gonna lie about something, let me be doing something I ain't got no business doing. This ain't serious enough. This ain't it. But like I said, if you lie about this here, I'm on the mindset you lie about a whole bunch of other stuff. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, listen, I'm out. Thank y'all so much. please hit that like button if you can. If you pulled up and didn't hit the like button, or if you're you're spinning the block on the video, hit the like button, hit the comment, leave a comment and everything like that. To my peers, all I'm saying is, man, let's just be accurate. Like, damn all that other stuff. You can tell whether or not you like something, didn't like something, that's fair. But when it comes to reporting this comic book news, come on, man. We got to do better than that. That's it. In the meantime, in between time, till next time, in the memory of happy birthday. Happy 49th birthday. And the late, great Don Cornelius. This wasn't me scolding. This was really me leveling up, dropping words of encouragement, words of knowledge, and everything like that. Thus, peace and soul. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.